Let us be clear and crabby straight from the get-go. There is nothing too special about this new Crab King, everybody. So if you're wanting the full overview on how to find the guy and all that, you might have to look elsewhere. That said, I will be focusing on the freshest mechanic tweaks overall, as they are noteworthy. Say like how the king never rises above 12,000 health anymore, even with all the red gems in the world. But as we continue here, you'll come to find that that's nothing. Not when he's got a whole royal army on his side now, complete with a new spell to summon an ice arena, an ice defensive barrier, and more. The fight is nothing like it was, but are we really concerned about all the extra bits? Not really, especially when everything is counterable or downright ignorable at that. But a few notes regardless, towers can be destroyed with ease with a simple ramming, although they'll just respawn anyway, so this is situational. Much stronger Crab King Knights will spawn once the king actually reaches a lower health threshold, although they too will succumb to pan flute, so for now they're just kind of cool looking. Spell canceling actually lives on, believe it or not. However, there's literally no point, so don't waste the resources. Be very mindful of moving around too much come the end of the ice sheet phase, as to avoid the only thing that's actually dangerous about this fight nowadays: drowning. And lastly, note that his ice wall must be shattered in order to interact and thus damage him specifically, leaving the classic weather pane method of canceling his healing a bit obsolete. But before we highlight the gem changes and thus showcase the fight proper, we must talk the new loot. The guy now drops 1 to 3 messages in a bottle upon death, alongside a complete set of Crab King bumpers. The latter matches every other bumper that has come before it in terms of how much damage it will be able to take upon impact. However, with their 150 durability, repairability via rocks and such, plus their immunity to ramming land, I truly do not see how they compare to any of the others. Being able to crash into land at full speed alone is in and of itself amazing, but the former has a secret too. Just as long as you have given the cracked pearl to Pearl herself, meaning you have killed the Crab King, every message in a bottle will reveal a sunken chest no matter what, forever. At least they will once this update is actually fully functional. Not bad. But now comes all the bad and all the various fights themselves, but more specifically, we're going to talk all the gem choices that completely ruin any chance you have in said fights. Starting with red gems here. Tower health is not going to change, however their projectiles absolutely will. Typically, these little guys will fire a little rock that will deal about 10 damage to our boats, but nothing more. But add a red gem, and tower projectiles net roughly 10 more damage per shot, up to 32 at a full red set. Not only that, 4 reds are all that is needed to cause small leaks in our boats, with 8 or more causing the big ones as you see here. So yup, not good, but it somehow gets even worse. Blue gems not only control the overall health of the Crab King's ice barrier, adding roughly 60 health per gem socketed, leading to a potential 500 health per barrier. They decrease the time we have to actually damage the Crab King once said barriers actually break. For you see, this ice sheet is temporary, and a countdown starts the moment his barrier falls, so you best pay attention or you're gonna end up in Davy Jones's locker very quickly. And to give you an idea of just how quickly, note that without blue gems, we get a solid 25 seconds of straight up damage phase, whereas I only had but 10 seconds before you now. Yup. Bad, but it ain't done yet. Now when each orange gem we socket to grant each healing rock another 40-ish healing to the guy, leading to a monstrous 350 health per at a full orange setup, or how each green gem not only means another 50 health added for claws for a potential grand total of 600 overall, but adds to the overall number of claws themselves, which as you can see is just downright silly. 10 slappers will be an absolute waste of time and gems, which thus leads us to the final setups of the day: yellows, iridescence, and pearls, all of which are also crazy. The former not only sees the total number of towers climb to 10 from 4, but increases tower health to a whopping 900 overall. Iridescence still count as 1 of each gem, so expect an unbelievably overpowered disaster there. And finally, a ridiculous 9-pearled Crab King with these new mechanics is just mayhem. Absolute chaos that you won't live long enough to see in all all honesty. But hold up, Beard. What about purple gems? Oh, don't you worry, my friends. We saved the best for last to help prove a point. Purples add 50 health towards a crab guard's health pool, which caps at 640 as you can see, while also adding to the army overall to end up with about 8 or 9 guards at the end of the day from the original 3. And this, everybody, this is the quote-unquote new Crab King fight. Socket purples, just like you did in the old Crab King fight. Don't forget Pearl's Pearl if you want it. Bring a pamphlet, mind the extra mechanics behind the claws and towers, but I really wouldn't worry that much, and potentially murder the guy in one cycle if you're playing with but one other person or a really strong character. As yes, it is stupidly easy, just as long as you repair your boat between the ice phases. But one last note because I can, yes, you still slip on this ice sheet, just not as often or as quick as the Frostjaw ice arena. But hold up ×2, Beard. Isn't the video technically over, so why are you still talking? Yeah, you're right, probably should be, but I'm me, so listen up for some final mentions. Yes, the bee method still works in all technicality, however it's slow and super inefficient now due to bees targeting claws and crab guards. Yes, the bunnyman method actually works as well, but it's oh so broken in favors that are actually not our own, as they will destroy the dude, his claws, and the guards for sure, but since they deal too much damage too quickly, it absolutely breaks this fight and causes the guy to spam his spell, which leads to all sorts of weirdness, namely the fact that he'll be untouchable for an entire phase or two due to a barrier glitch. Oh, and not to mention how our bunnies are just gonna sink initially, but hey, they do actually come back come the next spell, so there you go. This is doable, just not ideal anymore. But no. You wanna cheese the guy? Forgotten fish structures is how you do it nowadays. Make notes, have fun, as there you have everyone. A brand spanking new overview of the refreshed Crab King in beta form, of course. It's subject to change, but it's been weeks of beta testing already, so I suspect this is gonna be as close to normal as we get moving forward. So again, make notes. Thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all. Usurp the throne, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.